Welcome to this podcast.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
I bet we could do worse. You should have gone to bed. Well, thanks for joining us. Anyway, what's up, Ray?
Nothing much, man. What you done other than going to get your teeth done and all?
I don't know. They told me they're getting straight. I can't really tell.
I can tell a difference.
He's like, "Oh, you haven't noticed a difference?" I'm like, "See, I look at them every day." So, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure they've straightened out some, but I've got 4 more sets. That puts me at 14 weeks, and then I get to wear a retainer for 3 weeks while they re-examine everything through pictures and then tell them which ones they want to fix more.
Yeah,
and that can take anywhere from another, 4 to 6 weeks of them building it out, and who knows? I don't know. I may be in these things forever. Oh, look who's here!
Oh yeah,
next.
Live from anywhere other than the Golden Gate Bridge. It should have gone to bed.
Welcome, Molnix. Oh, go ahead. No reason to do that before you get here, too.
Yeah, no. Hey, come on now.
It's great.
I got home in time just to snarf down. So I got some topics for conversation tonight. I emailed myself.
Topic 1 of conversation, is that like a pissed off cat wearing a t-shirt behind you on the picture on your calendar?
Oh, yeah,
it looks like a mad as hell cat wearing a Where's Waldo t-shirt.
Yeah, it's like December. It's like a Christmas scarf or something.
Oh, they do those in the July calendars?
Yeah, well, this only goes to December.
Most calendars only go to December.
Yeah, that's one of these.
Did I miss something? Am I the butt of a joke here? Don't all calendars go to December? What year is that calendar?
It's like you only have to stop at stop signs that have the white perimeter around them. The rest of them are optional.
All right, I'm confused.
I'm confused.
All right, yeah, Molnix, you're off in your own little world here. What is that a picture?
It's a December. I'm telling you, it's an old calendar.
Oh, okay.
When y'all just like the picture, you just
December of 2020.
Okay, so it's a decoration piece, a conversation starter, which is apparently working. Right now, there's 12 people that are like, "Wow, I really don't give a shit. I can't even see that picture."
Well, at least Monix doesn't have a bunch of cock hanging around at his house as far as conversation pieces.
What now?
So Monix doesn't have a bunch of cock hanging around his house.
I don't either.
You don't?
We don't even have a rooster.
You got cocks all in your bathroom.
Those are all chickens. Roosters are cocks, I believe.
Right?
Still.
How do you know some of those are roosters? I feel violated every time I go over there and take a piss. Though you just got all these
that was
chickens.
A little weird. I don't really know where that picture came from. Andy, have you been in that bathroom at the house?
One time, the one right off the mudroom.
Yeah,
I
did. A picture of the 8 chickens that are all staring down at you. I'm really not sure. Amanda claims that came from a babysitter.
That's what she said. Yeah, that's what she said. So I get stage fright sometimes. Like if I go in the bathroom and somebody's right beside me, I'm like, yeah. But so when I go to your bathroom,
chicken picture in a real bathroom.
Oh, in a real bathroom, I'll get stage fright. But I'll get stage fright in there from the chicken picture too.
So I give people stage fright.
What are you doing? You just trying to carry a conversation on, or
I look over the stall. My buddy will come in next to me, and I like to mess with him sometimes. He'll come in, he'll stand next to me, and I'll look over the stall and go, "Nice." and listen, you're going to need to beep that out.
Come on.
No.
And then he'll get all nervous, and he'll because especially at the movie theater, when the movie theater bathroom was packed right after the movie lets out.
Oh my gosh!
One time him and I went to a movie, and we were up at the checkout or getting our tickets at the entrance, and the girl that was taking the tickets, she goes 2, and my buddy went no, and so he paid for his, and I said, "Stop it, Corey! You're just always denying me in public. You just need to live up to who you are." And he started running away, and I said his name. I said, "Corey Wheelock, why are you running away so fast?"
See, now with me, I can't use public restrooms. Like I can pee in them, no problem. But like when it comes to this is what our conversation is going to be tonight. When it comes to going to the bathroom, like if I can't, I'm the guy who will go into a public restroom and find like the janitor's thing, where they wedge the door to keep it open when they're cleaning it. I'll go in, close that door, make sure nobody's in there, and wedge that bitch underneath so nobody can get in the bathroom. Like that's the only way. Because if I'm in the bathroom, like if I stop at a rest area and I'm like, oh my God, I'll run in and go to the bathroom and I hear the door open, I'm like, done.
I used to be that way. I used to didn't want to, like I still don't. I prefer just to poop at home, right?
Yeah.
So,
Give me a cornfield, bro.
But riding motorcycles has opened me up to being able to pretty much poop anywhere I need to because we hang out some unsightly places. But
so reaching under the stall talking to you, like, dude, for real?
Yeah. So I was at a training when I worked for Progressive Insurance, and this guy from Maryland had been to the trainings with me, so we got to know each other, and he was there. And we go in for we take a break or whatever, and I go to the pisser, and I'm in the urinal pissing or whatever. Next thing I know, I see Greg take his shirt off and fling it over top of the stall. I'm like, "You all right?" I was like, "Greg, you all right?" And this boy, so he actually was a walk on. He played defensive lineman at the University of Delaware or somewhere up there, but then actually walked on for the Ravens. So he's just a big old dude, And I'm like, Greg, you all right in there? He said, can't shit with my shirt on.
There's other people that do that.
I said, excuse me? He said, yeah, man. He said, I can't shit with my shirt on.
Yeah.
He said, I just can't do it. I was like,
what in the oh my goodness.
See, yeah. I feel like there's things like that happen in the men's restroom that don't happen in women's restrooms. If you're standing at the urinal taking a leak and some dude kicks the door in and runs to the stall and barely gets his pants down because he's already spraying mud, that kind of stuff I don't think happens in the women's bathroom.
I got one better for you on that one too. So back when me and Molly were young, first married, I worked Sears. I worked Sears part-time through the holiday, right? Selling TVs and crap like that. So I'm getting ready to go take my lunch break, and I'm walking out the front of the Sears into the mall. I was going to the food court, and I was like, well, let me use the bathroom first. So I cut through, go to the men's bathroom. Well, as I walk into the men's bathroom, there's a line of people waiting to use the bathroom, and a guy backed up to the urinal taking a dump in the urinal.
No way.
So he looks at me, of course. I got my Sears name tag on. He looks at me and goes, I'm sorry, boss. It was either the floor or the urinal. I looked at him. I said, I ain't got to clean it up. Y'all have a good one. Yeah. And walked out. Didn't eat. I couldn't even eat after that.
I'll tell you, I've pulled into some cornfield ditches off gravel roads and run about 2 rows in and been like, yep, it's here or never, boy. I'll sit there. Now I've had several buddies that have shit themselves trying to get out of a tree stand, and I'll say I've been close. I've never done it, but I can tell you stories on that would have you rolling for hours, but I don't even want to get to it, boy.
My buddy Chuck it's commonplace that he comes back to the truck without socks or underwear. He always carries a knife. He'll pull his pants down, he'll cut his socks off, or he'll cut his underwear off, and then it stays in the woods.
You can rip through underwear if push comes to shove, boy. I'll tell you that much. Because you're especially hunting, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't bring any toilet paper with me. I got a 2-mile walk out from here. I'd rather walk out with no underwear than chat pass for the next week and a half, boy. We're going to clean up here. That's it. No way. This is why we should not eat before we do the podcast, because I bet people right now would rather hear us talk about food again. We've discussed for the last 10 minutes. Madison right now is like, whenever they want to go ahead and stop talking about shit, I'm going to cut the intro.
And Andy ate before we got on the podcast, so he's going to have to take a shit, both of them.
I don't have a spastic colon, or I think Andy's got what is that? Bowel intestinal distress or something?
No, it's called human blender syndrome.
No, it's what do they call that? Spastic bowel?
Irritable
IBS, that's what it is. Irritable bowel.
Why? There's nothing irritable about it. It's just when I eat, my body's like, okay, we don't need that here anymore. We're taking what we need out of it, get it out of here.
I've never seen anything like it.
Mine's pretty much like that. Now I ain't like instantaneous. Like my uncle, when he pushes away,
can't finish a meal.
Oh, when he pushes away from the table, he's going to the bathroom.
Oh, for sure.
Every time.
Like I can't eat a gargantuan Jimmy John's without going to the bathroom during it. Can't do it.
Just in the middle, you take a break. God,
what are you gonna do? like you can't order a double. Like you go to a Chinese place. If I get the single entree crab rangoons, I'm good. Double entree, can't finish the meal. Can't do it.
What got me is I visualized you sitting down, like taking the last half a bite of
it in with me.
I know, but I'm visualizing you sitting like half the sandwich down. I was like, I'll be back.
You should see me at Buffalo Wild Wings. And then with Buffalo Wild Wings, it lasts for the next 3 days. So I can't. I love Buffalo Wild Wings. I love you. You are the greatest little chicken nuggets in the world, but you destroy every human being with a real septic system built in. It's just not right. I don't know what they do. It's not right. But yeah, so I don't know.
That's the way I am with eggs. I'm allergic to eggs. If I eat eggs,
we talked about that one time. Yeah.
Yeah. 2 hours later, it's clockwork.
I don't think to have 2 hours.
So
to have the kids eat McDonald's and be like, man, I know I can't eat this, but I'm tell you what, man, I'm gonna grab a fish fillet, or I'm gonna grab a Big Mac or something like that. And you're 6 minutes from the house and you open it, not making it.
No, I can't.
Like you're running red lights and there's only 2 stoplights between McDonald's and my house. And
there's a Japanese steakhouse here in Rocky Mount.
No, we ain't even going to that conversation.
I'm not. No, I'm not. No.
Gotcha.
But I got a buddy, and him and his wife go there, and they will not plan anything after it, because as soon as they pay the bill, it's right to their house.
That's me.
And it's pretty much like that, for everybody. But if you want to read an interesting story this week, look up Ichiban, Rocky Mount, North Carolina, at your leisure. Has some interesting developments.
Yeah, for real. You won't. Very rarely will you see me eat Chinese food in a Chinese restaurant. I can't do it. If I order Chinese, I get it to go, or I get it delivered, or something, because I'm not capable.
Around here locally, there used to be a chain of restaurants called Ryan's Steakhouses. I think they still got one down in Cedar Rapids, but there is a story that was so eloquently written, it had me in tears. I couldn't finish it. I was laughing so hard. It's a story much like what we're talking about here. And if Madison can find it, maybe she can reference it. But the guy talks about eating one too many yeast rolls and how he's fortunate that the bathroom was a commercial bathroom with those drains in the middle. And he had to call his wife to bring him new clothes. So if you can get through it without just tearing up, it's a miracle.
Did you hear the TikTok where the little kids singing as a parody to that? What you know about rolling down in the deep? Have you heard that?
Yeah.
He goes, what you know about rolling around in your pee when you eat Taco Bell and you shit when you sneeze?
Yeah, see that Taco Bell, there's another one. Loaded grillers. I love those things. And I would stop just because I knew I needed loaded grillers and still have an hour and a half drive, but get loaded grillers and just wait until I was 3 minutes from the house to start eating the first one.
So you literally wait.
Eat the second, that one while I was driving home, eat the second while I was getting out of the truck, walking in, and then I could just go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
If you can eat Taco Bell and you don't have to shit within 10 minutes, there's something wrong with your system. I'm not saying anything bad about Taco Bell. I like their food. That fake processed, not real food is awesome eating. Really, really bad for your system, man. Bad.
When you're 6 minutes away, but you only have 3 minutes left.
Yeah. When that bubble hits and you're like, oh.
So the trick to shitting on the road is to find a hotel lobby.
Yeah, you said that. I'm gonna have to try this.
Yeah, you go, because nobody ever think about it. How many times have you used a bathroom in a hotel lobby?
Several.
Several. I mean, but you travel
No, I mean,
a lot.
seriously,
Right?
like if you knew the number of times that I'm out with clients. So imagine having what I have and having to go to dinner with clients.
That's true.
Like, probably 3 times a month.
Yeah.
Right. So you go to dinner and everybody wants to have drinks. So you can't shit in public. And you have to go 10 minutes after you eat, no matter what you eat. Like, I'll just have the bread tonight. Still got to shit within 10 minutes of eating. That's how it works, right? So now you hold all that. You get dropped off by your Uber, and you're like, I can't take a chance at this fucking
the elevator and somebody's you get in the elevator.
The lobby.
You get in the elevator and somebody's hit all the floors.
If you knew the number of times in my life I've run to a Vegas casino hotel or to your hotel in the casino or whatever and got to my room on the 397th floor, hit that key thing and just saw the light go red. And it's almost like someone just took your family away from you. You just feel the disappointment of, oh no, right? Like that is my life. So yeah, this is awesome. I'm glad that we're on this topic. Is there anything else we could talk about?
Oh yeah. So speaking of TikTok, have you guys seen the water slide kickball competition where the dude gets just totally beamed in the face with this giant kickball?
Gigantic guy?
Yeah,
big dude.
Did I send that to you, Ray?
I think you did, yeah.
Did I send it to you, Molnix, or did you just find it?
I saw it. Amanda showed it to me earlier, but I had seen it.
Here's the reality. That it took me probably 15 minutes to be able to send that to Amanda. I was laughing so hard. It is absolutely. It could be the internet winning TikTok for me.
I gotta try to find that one today. I've come across a lady on my For You page, and she was making jokes about drinking White Claws, how she usually drinks. She's like, honey, I usually down a 12-pack of Michelob Ultras. But these White Claws, they hit different. So it progresses her through like drinking a bunch of White Claws, and then the next one is like, she's got sunglasses on. She looks like crap. She's like, yeah. She said, if y'all are here for part 6 of that White Claw, she's like, yeah. She said, y'all are here for the duration. And she just goes in. It's hilarious. I should have sent it to you. Would you pull up the guy getting kicked in the head again?
God, yeah. I just sent it to Madison. Ray, I'll send it to you. The guys around him are just dying. I almost I feel it's slow motion. He's just going over, man. I could watch this all day long. I could probably watch this another 300 times. Sorry for anybody that's just listening to this because I don't even know what the sound effects to it is. But if you could see it, we have a YouTube channel. You can be one of the 6 people that watch it, but Ray's about to see it. It's horrible. Makes me feel so bad.
Yeah. Oh.
Slow motion, man.
I was gonna say he slow mo died.
He's just like,
he slow mo died. I mean, he literally slow mo died.
I'm sending it to you again. We just go back and talk about shit, and I can't handle this. Oh my god!
Now this isn't TikTok, but I saw this. I'm gonna send it to you guys in chat. But this is so funny to me. This little girl is trying to tell her mom that she likes her cooking, and she's like trying to keep it in and trying to make her mom feel good. Oh, shoot.
All right. No more TikToks. I can't. I gotta move my phone away because now I'm dying. God, that's funny.
Can we show a video here?
Right here?
Oh yeah.
I put it in chat. So,
but see, I'm a sympathy puker, so it's hard for me to watch.
Oh shoot!
Oh my
God! That's it. That's all it is.
All right, Ray, you gotta cut away from that because if I watch that one, it's friggin' hilarious. But as a sympathy puker, that's a tough one to watch.
Wait for it.
No, it's done now. I think.
Is it?
I think the gag's just. Yeah. I'm good with that. See, she's okay. I'm okay too. Let's do something else. So here's the deal. If she'd have chucked, I'd probably throw up. That girl, that's exactly what that little girl's face looked like when she was getting on that airplane. And she just bit, and I was like, oh my God, here it comes.
So when we were down in when we were in
that,
Florida,
I know that's not a TikTok, but I find that really funny.
When we were down in Florida, like we were at that Discovery Cove place where you swim with the dolphins and stuff, and like I see this mom like kind of rushing her son off this way, and I was like, oh God. All of a sudden, that dude just lets loose puking. I mean, there's bushes and everything everywhere. Right? No, right in the middle of it. Just, oh my God. I'm sitting there, I'm like, and I had to go that way, and I'm like, oh, we're going to have to take the long walk because I can't do it. And
little kids have this knack of projectile vomit too. It's like it has some distance.
It's everything, dude. It's the sound of it hitting the concrete. I see it because I can just see it. I can watch a YouTube video and instantly I'm overwhelmed with the smell of vomit, and I'm like, I'm gonna throw up. Here I go. I'm gonna throw up.
Let's test that. Let me find
a good one. I'll just leave. I was gonna say, you can text Amanda and ask her. I mean, anything. If the dog throws up in my office, I'm like, oh God, somebody please, seriously. Because I'll just, if I have to walk over by it, I'll throw up. Like,
I'm okay. Like if one of the dogs throw up in here or something, I'm okay as long as I don't have to clean it up. The moment I take the paper towel and hit it, I'm like, no.
Oh man, here's the secret. Put the paper towel inside one of those Quick Star bags or plastic grocery bags, and then it's like
no way. You can still feel temperature through that shit. I touch it, it feels warm, gone. Everything I've eaten in the last 3 days, and when I throw up, I don't throw up like just a little gag. Like it's everything I've eaten since I was 6, and it's like when they say calling dinosaurs, it's me. Like I scream. I hate it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Ooh. All right, so we've talked about shit and we've talked about vomit, guys. What's next on the list of horrible ideas? Madison is like, oh, this is fucking great.
I mean, there's a hard act to follow. It's not gonna hilarity's not gonna ensue the rest of the time here. So
I mean, the only way to go there is anal bleeding.
Nope. As Ray talks about his anal bleeding, and Andy have no fucking comments. I imagine all of our faces are like, what? What's wrong with this guy?
First Andy says nope. Oh. I couldn't start my OnlyFans if I had anal bleeding, Andy.
Oh my gosh. OnlyFans. You and that other guy, I can't remember.
I wonder how much you can actually make doing that just as a,
Are we still talking about anal bleeding?
No.
No.
Are
we talking about OnlyFans?
Yeah, like
I'm not making much.
But there's something for everyone out there, right? I mean, you might have a real niche market, but I mean, you might be able to make some weekend money. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know, man. I mean, you hear the stories of these women supposedly making like millions of dollars a year.
Yeah, probably. And here's my thing is I believe wholeheartedly that those people do that. A lot of those girls also can make a lot of money as a porn star, which I would never be that good at. A lot of those girls can probably make a whole lot of money doing about anything, right? Like some of the girls that are on TikTok and they're like, I made $26,000 last week on OnlyFans. I'm like, you probably did. You've got 2.7 million TikTok followers and you're so dumb you thought you cutting the grass meant getting the scissors out, right? Like that's the type of people that some of them are. Now, how many guys are making a fortune on OnlyFans? I don't know. I haven't seen a TikTok of a guy saying, I made 12 grand last week. But maybe those don't come across my feed. Madison, if you have one of those. It's like they don't show up for me at least. So
yeah.
But they're probably not straight anyway, if they are on there.
No. Well, but just think of all the pyramid schemes too, like, and not pyramid schemes, but we'll call it multi-level marketing, right? Like on those deals, there's always a story of somebody making a whole bunch of money, but for every one of those, there's thousands that just bought in for $400, right? Yeah. Like, and my deal is that what's more degrading than finding out that nobody wants to see a picture of your butthole on the internet, right? Like where do you go from there? Be like, all right, so I failed at OnlyFans, right? Like nothing. Like,
so you
post on Instagram and it only gets 6 likes. You're like,
man,
right?
Yeah.
But now you set up to do it on OnlyFans and nobody follows you. Be like, oh, that's too bad, right? Like,
and
you don't
then,
see anybody bragging. I got 31 followers on OnlyFans. Oh, good for you.
And then you're faced with the fact that those images are now out there, and you didn't even make anything off of them.
Yeah, for sure. Like, and I have not gone in to read this, but my assumption is OnlyFans somewhere in their contract that none of these people read has the right to all the photos and stuff that are publicly posted on a page. I don't know that.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Like, I would imagine that there's a lot of people who don't read that, and I don't know. I don't know how that all works, but hey, and honestly, good for OnlyFans. Like,
that's why I'm gonna wear a mask in mine.
I certainly don't want my kids or anybody like that on there, but I wish I was the guy who came up with it. If they're making like 3% of every transaction that goes through this dumbass site, like, God.
What kind of mask are you talking about, Ray? Are you talking like
just do an old ski mask.
Like a luchador Mexican wrestler ski mask? Or
if I tell you, Andy, then you'll know it's me.
Oh,
I've already seen that one you have with this.
You're right. I don't want to know it's you.
Yeah, I got to cover my tattoos up and everything.
Okay, so we have just about hit every embarrassing topic we could come up with for tonight.
Oh, not yet.
Well, no, not really. I bet we could do worse.
Yeah, we could do worse.
We're getting Madison warmed up for this.
I don't even know how we got there. I mean, I'm thinking back, and I don't even know how we got where we were.
That's generally why. I mean, to think that this is a racing podcast where we talk about food, butthole pictures, and shitting in public.
Look, I've always tell people all the time, I don't care what kind of conversation, who you're with, you're always the conversation is going to end up talking about eating, shitting, and sex at some point.
Yeah. Well, any conversation that's worth being in. You know what I mean? Because if those topics are off the table, we're probably not going to end up being very good friends anyway. So, you know, like if you're embarrassed about talking about any of those 3 things, then this ain't going to work.
True story.
Ray, I'm watching you scroll through the internet down here. It's driving me absolutely bonkers. You're going to have to close that screen.
I'm just what do you mean? How do you know I'm
Is this podcast? No wonder we only have 13 people. You're on the podcast. You're so fucking bored. You're super. Can you see it, Mulvix?
Yes.
That's a severe case of ADHD. If you knew how many times I've clicked on that to try to see it full screen so I can see what you're looking at, it doesn't work for me. What happens if I add the stream? Oh! Turns out you did something wrong. I've got some power. Oh. Yes. I have power in my own StreamYard account.
Try it now.
Well, you made it go away.
Exactly. I have the power.
All right, Mole, what's your next topic? This is fun so far. I like it when you choose our topics.
All right, next topic is giving your dog a bath. So how often do you bathe your dogs, Ray?
Shoot, man, probably once a month, maybe.
Oh.
Really?
I got kids. Yeah, I got kids to do it.
I'm a horrible parent or person, I guess. How often do you, Molnix?
Not often.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
Somebody told me one time you're not supposed to do it that much. It is hard on their skin, but
yeah, you're not supposed to do it like every week or anything, but once a month don't hurt nothing.
Yeah,
like my Dotson, she'll start smelling like Fritos if you don't give her a bath.
See, that's right. Like
She
Neil
does.
is always in the pond. So when Neil is in the pond after a couple of days and just running around, dogs get that stank to them when they're
Yeah.
outside and they run like crazy. But we just were really bad about it because it's such a pain in the ass. But we just found Andy. What's
I
the name
saw
of
the
place?
Tiki Taki.
You saw the Tiki Taki.
Yeah, I saw the Tiki Taki.
So we're gonna give them a shout out.
If you knew the name of the company.
I keep
It's a
wanting to think
green pet place.
pet
Is it
food
green?
warehouse or something. I don't
I don't
know.
think it's Pet Food Warehouse, but
Nah, it's
I don't know what it is. Pets Unlimited. I don't know. It's
Plus.
green.
Pet
It's
Plus.
green. Pet Plus. Pets Plus. I think that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go with Pets Plus. Anyway, it's just up the road, and they have like a freaking dog wash. So you don't have to fight your dog in the bathtub. You're not sitting on your knees trying to clean your dog up and all that stuff. The sprayer hose, you've got tons of cord, and it's got a dryer in it. So
And they have shampoo.
Pet Supplies Plus.
so we were close.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pet Supplies Plus. Yeah, it's like $10, and they've got a 50% off deal right now. So it costs $5. Go up there 30 minutes. All the shampoo is there. They had all the brushes. Like in our dog, big lab sheds a lot. So getting all that hair out and letting it clog their drain rather than because here's the deal. By the time it's all said and done, you're in and up working on the drain. You're buying a freaking thing of Drano or something. Like, I don't know. But it was my bathtubs aren't scratched up. The house is not destroyed. I didn't go through 465 towels trying to dry a running dog off. It was great. So life tip, find a place with a dog wash. It was amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
A friend of mine, she started her business. She's got I guess a dog something. But they've got that set up. They've got the
They called
dog.
Mutt Cut?
Nah, it's Muttley Crew. Muttley Crew.
That's good
Motley
too.
Crue.
Muttley Crew. Yeah.
Does anybody know where Mutt Cuts is from?
No.
That's Dumb and Dumber.
Yes. God, I
The
love
what?
you, Molnex. Dumb and Dumber.
Oh yeah, Mutt Cut.
Mutt
Yeah,
They're like
Cuts.
driving around in that dog van.
Van. Yep.
Hell yes. Amanda will be super proud of you. Andy, we'll know if Amanda listens to this or not, because if she hears about Dumb and Dumber and doesn't make a comment to you, I will be extremely impressed.
Yeah. One of the best lines in a lot of movies is, "Oh, here, take these. My hands are getting sweaty."
Oh, yeah.
I can't feel my fingers anymore. They're numb.
Ooh. Maybe you should wear these extra gloves. My hands are starting to get sweaty.
Extra gloves?
Yeah, 100%.
I saw
That's a great movie.
a story come across Facebook or something the other day. There was two guys that recreated the ride they took from wherever to Aspen on the moped. Two guys recreated that ride.
So there's been
Awesome.
that's kind of a new thing, and I think to myself, I've seen him on TikTok a bunch, and I'm like, this is really genius. The guy's doing it. So I saw the. Have you seen the guys that did the Forrest Gump run one?
Nah.
So like, there's a spot, and I guess there's a sign for it out in the middle of some freaking desert or something that this is the spot where Forrest Gump stopped running.
Yeah.
And so like people pull over and jog for like a half mile just to stop at that spot, and I'm like,
To get a picture.
dumbest thing I've ever heard of. And then I'm like, it's kind of fun. Like I don't know that I could go as a destination for that, but it seems like a pretty freaking good idea.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's cool, man. I mean, you got people that like North Carolina Hunger Games. A lot of the District 12 scenes were filmed in North Carolina in the mountains. I mean, you can go up there and do a whole trail type thing. They guide you through it, and it's pretty cool.
Seriously.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. Yes, that's the new thing. Like I don't know. I think it'd be fun to do some of that. I'd have to pick a movie or two that are worth going to, you know?
Yeah.
So
Well,
right.
now, so if you have a cat, do you bathe a cat?
No.
No.
Cats are self-sufficient. They can do anything
Yeah.
they want on their own.
Cats are assholes.
Cats absolutely do not need humans, and they prove
No.
it every freaking time you try to do something with them.
Yep.
You don't bathe the cat?
Cats suck.
No.
Yeah.
Just spraying them with water because they're up on the table count?
Yes?
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
then I'm
Okay.
happy to bathe the cat anytime. Then. I'd be all for that.
Yeah,
Our
my
cats are
my stepson sent a picture of his cat squirt bottle with a scope on it. So
Yeah.
apparently he likes to use the squirt bottle on the cat.
Have you guys seen those new squirt guns with like the drill batteries in them?
Oh yeah. It's
Where
crazy.
you like
Oh.
load it up and you can like shoot through a wall or some shit. Like,
It's
okay, that's
stupid.
sarcastic, but like, have you? Those things are badass. Where it's just like shooting.
They've got
out,
some
like,
serious pressure behind
yeah,
them.
Yeah.
that seems like a good office idea.
It's kind of like a bug assault. I mean, those bug
Yeah.
assaults put
Oh,
out
those
some
bug assaults.
energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've been
That's all
wanting
just
to get
spring-based.
one.
I have 3 of them. Got one at the house, one at the farm, and one in the office. They're awesome.
Does it have a laser on it?
The one at the farm does, yes.
Yeah.
Laser mounted.
Yeah, it does. It got a little laser mount. You can use a friggin' Allen wrench to adjust it. And of course, at the hunting farm, of course we did that. So now when there's a fly in the ceiling, you can kick on the laser and just put it on and pull the trigger, and that son of it just falls to the ground. I love it, dude. They're great. Bug assaults are amazing.
That is crazy.
Ray, what are you reading about on the internet? Like, let us be part of your podcast. That you're
No,
doing
I
with
was
yourself.
looking for that story I was telling you about earlier, but I can't find it.
Ray's checked out. He's looking for OnlyFans stuff.
Not-
He's on his OnlyFans account.
He better put his mask on.
Could y'all tell me could you tell me what angle looks better, please?
Well, at what point?
That's not an angle I want to see, though.
At what point? And that's my question. Like, as a man, like women, whatever. But I'm sure they have the same. At what point do you sit down and be like, if I pose like this, it'll be sexy to someone, right? Like, no, it's not. It's not. It's not.
Well, here's
sexy.
here's a conversation like would you ever if Amanda or your spouse ever if they were to ever send you like boob pics, would you be pissed because they sent you boob pics?
No, I would if she
Absolutely
posted them on. I'd be pissed off if she posted them on OnlyFans or some shit like that. But not.
Yeah, absolutely. But like you send dick pic to the wife, she gets all pissed.
I don't do that.
You don't. You should.
No, that stuff floats around out online there.
Oh, I don't care about it floating around online. I just I don't know anything about it. That would it doesn't excite her when I show it to her at home. Why the hell would you want to? Right? Like after 15 years, she can give 2 shits about it anywhere else. Why the hell should you want to make a photo of it?
Oh.
After 15 years of marriage, she's more excited if I send her the Platinum Amex card or some shit like that. Like, hey, let's go shopping this weekend.
We will now know if she listens to the podcast.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
hear it.
Madison, you can cut that if you'd like.
No, leave it in. That's gold.
Yeah, that's gold.
It's so hot in this office because that air conditioner is off. So what else is new? You guys want to talk about racing this week?
We can.
Yeah.
We should. Let's talk about the Kyle Busch thing and the idiots on the internet.
Yeah, what happened? Was he like pushing up behind the pace car?
See, this is the problem. Is that I even screenshot one of these. Look at this. I did preparation. I don't know where my phone is.
The only reason I saw that
You
was
look
because
very
I saw it on
prepared.
some social media. It was like a video clip of Kyle Busch like riding right up on the pace car, right? Am I right or wrong?
Yeah,
You're right.
Okay.
So this is what's interesting about the world today, right? This is why the news is bullshit and people are stupid and writers should all have their teeth kicked in. Most of them, not all of them, most of them, a lot of them, because they're all about selling stuff. So here's 3 headlines all in one screenshot, which I don't want to show because then I'll mess my camera up. But these are the 3 headlines about Kyle Busch on there. Watch, crazy scene at today's NASCAR Cup Series race as Kyle Busch tries to spin the pace car. That's a headline. Miller addresses range and Kyle Busch slamming into pace car. That's Yahoo. And here's one that says Kyle Busch rams pace car, then crashed early in race. Okay.
Then crashed.
Those are the 3 topics. Those are the 3 headlines that are out. And all these comments have all these people saying he's such a crybaby and blah, blah, blah. Look, I'm willing to admit, I'm fine with admitting I am a Kyle Busch fan. I think he is one of the most talented people to ever get in the seat of a race car.
Agreed.
Like him, hate him, I don't give a shit. He's talented. He was pissed off, and this shows perception 100%. If Kyle Busch just got in a wreck, he had his window net down, he wrecked because NASCAR let him run. He was leading the race. It was the 6th lap, and it was raining like hell. So the first 2 cars both go into the corner, spin, get backed into the wall, and they wreck the race car. Ruin the weekend where Kyle's really, really good. So is Martin Truex Jr., right? Both of their cars are ruined. Kyle Busch comes back, saves it, comes around, gets behind the pace car as they're getting the field ready to stop, and he comes up and he rubs back and forth on the pace car. He didn't slam into it. He didn't try to spin it. Listen, Kyle Busch has spun a shitload of people out in his career in NASCAR. He knows how to make a car do a circle when he wants to get him out of the way. He didn't. He was showing frustration by rubbing against the pace car. He didn't wreck anything on it. He didn't do anything. But it just goes to show that, A, perception is everything, and B, these people will say anything they can to sell somebody clicking their article with this clickbait. If that's Dale Jr. having fun with whoever's driving the pace car, if that's a Chase Elliott, there'd be all these stories about Chase Elliott rubs pace car for fun. Chase Elliott making sure the pace car is paying attention. But because of Kyle Busch, these guys got to go out and make these bullshit stories up about how he tried to wreck the pace car. That's my piece. Any other comments, Ray?
No, I mean, I agree. I think.
And you don't even like Kyle Busch.
No, I don't like Kyle Busch. I mean, all those stories are way blown out of proportion. Now, what I will say is he should be fined for hitting the pace car because he did hit the pace car.
Fine. I will tonight on my own time, I will find how many people have touched a pace car in the last 5 years in NASCAR and see how many of them were fined. And I believe Kyle Busch will be fined. But I guarantee you that Dale Jr.'s rubbed a pace car, Chase Elliott's rubbed a pace car. They all have.
Why?
I remember there's a bunch of them that go up and bump into the back of the pace car. They've done it all kinds of times. Look it up. You'll find it. You're going to have to look more than Kyle Busch. Let's not do it now. We'll find it. We'll show people later. If people can comment right now, other people would be commenting about it. Did you find any?
No.
What is going on in the background? There's some slopping water.
It's a big golden retriever slopping water. Exactly what you said.
Every one of these is about Kyle now.
Yeah. Did you see that HendrickCars.com is now sponsoring Larson's dirt racing too?
Yep.
The races this weekend were actually pretty good though. I enjoyed both of them. Yeah. To me, those are the best 2 races we've had. I know you'll say the super speedways, but I mean they're exciting. But as far as good racing goes, I say this weekend is probably some of the best.
March 27th of 2021, Kyle Busch bumps pace car driven by Dale Earnhardt Jr.
That's
a
different.
regular thing.
That's
it's different. Why?
Because Dale Jr. was in the car and he was fucking with Dale Jr. Yeah. There's a big difference when you're pissed off. Should he have
been fined for that?
Probably not. But he was pissed off beating on the pace car, yeah. And I would say the same thing if anybody else was doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, just because here's the thing, right?
Listen, here's the way I see it. There's probably $50,000 to $80,000 worth of damage on that race car, and there's 2 laps of audio where 40 drivers are complaining, 35 drivers are complaining that it's raining out. 40 so who's paying for that car?
36 other ones made it through without wrecking.
Yeah. 36 other ones were following him.
I'm saying.
So how hard is a hit and how soft is a rub? I mean, he
didn't hit the car. He just rubbed it. He bumped the bumper and then kind of went back and forth.
And then there's idiots on there. There's Kyle Busch fans. They're fucking stupid too. They're on there going, haven't you seen him do this? And you must not be a race fan. He was cleaning debris off his grill. I'm like, how stupid are you? Like the whole ass end of his car was folded in. Don't try to protect him. He was being a jackass. There's zero doubt about it. But I don't blame him, right? Like if I owned the car, I'd be like, go out there and wreck NASCAR's pace car. Just wreck it. Just wreck it. Take out a damn truck. Do something. so that they
But the
get a
problem
vote.
is that's not NASCAR's pace car.
Yeah, who cares? Whose
The
space car
track-
is it?
It's the
SMI's?
track. Yes, well, SMI will be responsible for it.
SMI, whoever was down in turn 1 that didn't know it was raining.
That'll be
Look,
a NASCAR official.
It takes a lot to get a NASCAR to spin out like that. I'm just saying, like, it doesn't take a lot, but you're smart enough to know that these cars aren't built to run in the rain, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's why they don't run in the rain. And it was a missed call. I mean, I'm not saying that because of defending Kyle Busch. I would say it if it was Chase Elliott. I'd say it if it was anybody. You can't allow that to happen because that's what gives people – they lose faith in NASCAR as a governing official.
Well, so I saw a thing. They brought somebody on TV to talk about it. And Steve O'Donnell won it. It was O'Donnell.
No, Miller.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Anyway, but they said, yeah, we were in the process of discussing throwing the yellow. Had just got ready to tell them to throw the yellow when the accident happened. I mean, what else are you going to say, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's exactly right.
I mean, they said the lap. I mean, the lap before when they come into turn 1, pretty much everybody went through there said they lost the front end because it just slid up on them.
Yeah.
And then when they came back the next time, it was just go for the ride. But
and look, I get that it's tough to make that call, and you're hoping to keep the track dry or whatever it doesn't matter what it is. But that's why there's not just one guy watching the entire track. You have people managing and monitoring those radios. You have people listening to the spotters, listening to the team communications. You have a guy. How many officials are around the track whose job is to look for debris and to look for rain on the track? Like, if your two jobs are to find out whether there's debris on the track or rain on the track, and you miss 50% of it, maybe you shouldn't have a job. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there.
yeah.
About.
So and he was explaining, like, yeah, when we get a report from the corner spotters that there might be some moisture in the area, then we radio to the pace car to see if he's got any moisture on his windscreen. And I'm thinking, well, that's too damn long. I mean,
not only that, but that's when they're under caution. They do that. But when the cars are running, then what? They do that when they're running?
And that's what he said, explaining how that process is. Like,
yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I mean, you're talking. I mean, that's just two. I mean, that's a 30-second lap around there. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
it's insane.
Yeah.
It's just, hey, listen, it's a bad deal for Kyle. It was a bad deal for Martin Truex, but I can't guarantee there's a whole lot more conversation about this if Chase Elliott wrecks too.
I wouldn't say that. That goes back to your conspiracy theory of Chase Elliott. If here's the thing, like, if like, you can even carry it back to Junior. If NASCAR fixed all these races because of the most popular driver, why doesn't Junior have a championship?
Because Junior could fuck up a wet dream.
Oh, see, but NASCAR could fix it where he couldn't.
Yeah.
Right.
He wasn't in the same system. I don't know. I don't think it's about letting him win a championship. Listen, I don't care what you say about it. No matter how you push comes to shove, there's too many coincidences in racing, right? Like, there's just too many. There's just too many coincidences. Like, you're telling me that Danica Patrick got the frickin' pole at Daytona. You're telling me that Jimmy Johnson got his only top 5 finish in the last race of the year, and the 4 who finished in front of him were the 4 competing for a championship. You're telling me in the last, 6 years of racing, the top 4 cars that are running for the championship have finished 1, 2, 3, 4 in the final race of the year?
Do you realize that those guys all these guys they even talked about this weekend, they're already working on their Phoenix car.
I don't care.
Any of these guys that I'm telling you, there's a whole different ballgame when it comes down to it. I mean,
you think they're not already working on their Watkins Glen car? But I bet one of those 4 will have an issue. They won't finish 1, 2, 3, 4. I promise you that.
Who the top 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it happens.
That's all I'm saying.
It hadn't happened every year.
Yes, it has.
No, there's no way it's happened every year.
It's happened every
year. So what
are
you suggesting? Everything is already predetermined?
In the playoff, the final race in Phoenix, I believe that the top 4 cars are essentially not raced because nobody wants to be the guy who screwed up somebody's bid for the championship.
Okay, so
NASCAR, in the NASCAR playoff series, the last race it's at Phoenix now. The last race of the year, there are 4 guys that are in it, and they're starting basically they're even. Wherever they start, and those 4 guys, whoever finishes the highest is who wins the championship. And I think that's a really bad system. You're going to race for 35 weeks, and then you're going to throw it all to one roll of the dice on a freaking mild racetrack at Phoenix that nobody likes. I mean, it's wide. The restarts are cool, but the rest of the race sucks. But yeah, I mean, and I think it's 5-6 years. I think it's finished 1, 2, 3, 4 every single year. Chase Elliott came from the back of the field in like 21 laps last year. Nobody raced him the whole time. When Chase Elliott came up behind people, they were getting out of his way. And Jimmy Johnson, one of the best to ever get in a NASCAR. But Hendrick's program was not that good. He did not finish 5th at Phoenix. He didn't. He was allowed 5th. He did not race there. Do you believe that Bill Elliott and Chase Elliott ran one race in the SRX that ran on Saturday night last week? Do you really believe that it's a coincidence? Bill Elliott, the only race he's finished in the top 3 in, the only race he's led the entire time, happens to be the race where it's him and his son. It's Bill and Chase running side by side, and Tony Stewart wins the championship right behind him. I mean, come on. Maybe it's coincidence. Maybe Bill Elliott just put that extra little bit of muscle into it on the one race. Oh, Molnix is gone now. He's like, fuck this. I don't want to talk about racing. Let's talk about poop and puke. But
I just don't think it's that scripted. I don't think it's.
I'm not saying it all
NASCAR. Okay, I will agree with you on that.
Do I think that NASCAR scripted Eric Almirola winning this week? No. I don't think they scripted that at all. I don't think they scripted Kurt Busch last week, any of that. I think they let it run. But I think when it comes to the end, scripted or not scripted, maybe the drivers get together and say, hey, let's let Jimmy finish 5th and these guys finish 1 through 4, right? Maybe that's the case. I don't know. But I'm just saying those coincidences aren't real.
So, Andy Wakers, you're saying that NASCAR is very similar to WWE?
At the end of the year, yeah.
There's too much money to be.
That's a bold statement.
Lots of people have money into this stuff, right? 10 laps to go. They did say they were going to call it. Do I think they could have run the extra 10 laps last night? I don't know. I wasn't at the track. Am I a little pissed off because I may or may not have been pulling for somebody else? Yeah. But the way my calculations were on how much faster Christopher Bell was than Eric Almirola, he'd have caught him by lap 8 last night, which would have been – now, I'm not talking from a gambling perspective. I'm talking from a racing perspective. If that race runs the full distance, the last 6 to 7 laps of that race are Eric Almirola and Christopher Bell, both on worn-out tires, going neck and neck for the win. Eric Almirola fighting for his life, Christopher Bell just wanting to win 2 in a row at New Hampshire, right? Didn't happen. NASCAR, that was their rules, but they did call the race with 10 laps to go. Well, they cut 10 laps out of the race because of darkness.
You realize Denny Hamlin is out of the playoffs right now, right?
No, he's not.
What?
He's sitting 13th in points.
He hadn't won a race, and there's 13 people that have.
Yeah, so he's 14. There's 16 cars that make it in the Cup.
They're doing 12, right? Or
no, 12 is Xfinity, but 16 in Cup.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yep, top 16. Him and Kevin Harvick are both in, and Tyler Reddick is 5 points ahead of Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon south of the cut line. Why do I know this shit?
Because they said it yesterday. They were talking about it during the thing.
I study it all the time. I do watch it all the time because nothing would it's not going to happen. But Denny or Kevin not making it into the playoffs because so many new drivers win races this year would be awesome. I'd love to see another new winner at Watkins Glen and someone else at I don't know what's after that. Watkins Glen, and then it's I'm going to be there. Indy,
yeah. So
back-to-back road courses, and then you've got Michigan, which that'll be a Hendrick race most likely. And then Daytona is the ultimate wild card.
Yeah, anybody.
I mean, there's still 4 races left before playoffs start. It's still possible.
Yeah.
That somebody who won a race would not make the playoffs. If we get 4 new winners it is possible that a car that didn't, right? Am I doing the math right on that?
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's 13 winners, so if 3 more winners, if 3 different winners win.
I'll call right now that Denny Hamlin wins Daytona.
I would agree. I mean, he's got a really, really good shot. I mean, he's always good there.
I'm not saying that NASCAR will rig that or anything. I'm just saying that if there's a chance that Denny Hamlin doesn't make the playoffs, he wins in Daytona.
Yeah. Well, we got 2 weeks off of racing. No racing for the next 2 weeks.
Nobody races? No,
because it closed down. It's the Olympic shutdown.
Oh, fuck the Olympics. Like, who wants to watch swimming?
It's all about country pride, man.
I know. So what's the best summer Olympic sport?
Oh, yeah, you won't be watching it because there's no curling.
Yeah, but no, I have a summer sport that I watch too. It's on at like midnight all the time on the Olympic channel.
Summer sport?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's an oddball one.
Oh, shooting. Oh, no. The archery.
Boring. No, boring.
What? Badminton.
Water polo.
Water polo?
Those are the most athletic son of a gun. Those women and men that play water polo, they swim for like 60 minutes. Tread water, throw the ball. Like when someone gets the ball, if you're on defense and someone gets the ball in front of you, do you know what you do to defend them? You
try to drown them.
Head underwater.
Yeah.
This is the greatest sport in the world. I'm like, this is amazing. Yeah. So we need to pull up the water polo schedule. It's water polo is so much fun. It's another one that I don't understand the rules. Yeah. I don't get it. Sometimes when you dunk a person, they blow a whistle. Sometimes they don't. It's just awesome. And then you swim over. This is the best part of water polo, is that if you get in trouble and you go to the penalty box, unlike hockey where you get to sit and rest, I think they have to tread water in the penalty box.
What?
I don't know that for sure, but I think I remember seeing that. They have to tread water in the penalty box? Somebody look it up.
Madison, you want to look that up real quick?
I'm looking it up.
All right, hold on. I'm trying to find a list of the summer Olympic Games. Oh, here we go. Archery, artistic swimming. Oh, wait a minute. This is like an old list. You think that'd be pretty easy to find?
So they do have to tread water the whole time with the exception of the goalkeeper. I'm looking for under penalty. Doesn't tell you that.
Okay, here we go. Here's the modern. So 3-on-3 basketball, archery, gymnastics of all. I mean, that's broken down into a whole bunch of them. What's the general term of athletics? What is that?
They use a movement called egg beater, which is more efficient than treading water. What?
Oh. I think that's the egg beater, isn't it?
I don't know.
Okay, we're going to have a video of the egg beater, Madison.
Egg beater is the most fundamental movement in water polo.
Yeah, so Bleacher Report rules that water polo is the toughest sport in the entire world. There you go. Fun fact on the Should Have Gone to Bed foodcast. Isn't it? Weren't we the foodcast last week? I think
last week.
Foodcast. Last week was definitely the foodcast.
I like how Ray has the spotlight on and off every once in a while.
So badminton, softball, baseball, basketball. Oh, beach volleyball, boxing, rowing, all manners of rowing, BMX freestyle, equestrian. Oh, here we go. Let's see what this is all about.
The breaststroke, kick, and alternating egg beater.
It's awesome.
Are we really watching this?
Who? This isn't me. Is he teaching us the egg beater?
I think so.
Is this Molnick's playing this?
No, that's Ray.
Who's playing it?
I am. Oh yeah, that's
a frog kick.
Frog
bitch.
kick.
That's an egg beater.
Yeah, when we scuba dive, that's what we use. It's better. It's more efficient. Yeah, that's
how to egg beater and tread water for beginner. Well, that was stupid. That's a frog kick.
Yeah.
Is that what you do to tread water?
I don't know. I can't tread water.
I don't know. I would swim to shore.
Pretty much.
I like the
Yeah.
pentathlon.
You watch
Like
the
the
what?
what?
The pentathlon.
Is that bigger or smaller than a decathlon?
Don't know.
Smaller. I think 10 is 5. Like Pentagon.
Oh yeah, pent. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think that's 5. So that's 5 events versus 10. So you're like just half-assing it again. No, the best is so I actually am excited for water polo. I could do without, like, Amanda and them will watch the gymnastics and stuff, and I can take or leave that. I like diving. Diving's kind of cool. The fast swimming events, like the 50 meter and stuff. Like, I don't want to watch somebody swim the big long back and forth.
Yeah,
That'd
like
be
20
more
minutes
fun
or
if
some
they
shit.
throw balls at you, and then it'd be water polo.
What was that show? What was that show in the 80s?
I wasn't alive for that.
Where you had to, where there it was like might have been in the 90s, but they had this big course and people shooting like tennis balls at you, and you had
American Gladiators.
American Gladiator. Yeah.
Yeah.
With ice.
Yeah. Now they didn't
Yeah.
bring that back.
That was
What were
good.
some of the chicks' names in that, dude? They had like ice and nitro,
Laser,
blaze.
Yeah.
Blaze, yeah.
That was a great game.
There was. They need
I
to bring
miss-
it back.
I miss old school dodgeball. Like you remember? I don't know, Ray.
You
You're old enough.
can wrench. You can
Yeah.
dodge the ball.
You mean the circle dodgeball, where everybody gets in a circle and then
No, it was just free for all. They put
Yeah.
some balls in the middle, and you ran to the center, and it was just free for all. There was no
Yeah.
lines, and it was like you could hear those rubber balls. Those grade
yeah.
school rubber balls,
the
with
red
texture.
ones.
Yeah, you could hear them coming at you, and when they hit you in the side of the face, they go pow.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You can still smell. This has been how many years since grade school? You can still smell the smell of those rubber balls on either your hands or when they hit you in the face. You can like smell the dust or the robe or whatever the hell those things
That
were made
release
out of.
agent they used or whatever.
So here's the thing that I found out, because Amanda, love her to death, but it turns out she wasn't like super athletic or anything in high school or anything. And like, I just thought everyone loved dodgeball, right? Like dodgeball was like the greatest thing.
Who didn't love dodgeball?
More than half the people in dodgeball.
Yeah. Most of the girls weren't big on dodgeball.
Yeah, like, and that was the thing is like I never threw it at the other people. You know, like you were always out to get the other like top guy, right? Like that was what it was about for me. But it turns out not everybody played dodgeball that way. And I guess I can't think of any situations where I remember throwing the ball hard at somebody who wasn't, you know, the guy who was throwing it hard at you. So, I don't know. But yeah, Amanda.
Now, if you had a dodgeball, you could block it.
Oh yeah.
If you had a dodgeball, you could block it or catch it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If you catch it, that was the goal.
Dodgeball was awesome.
Yeah. So like,
and then that other guy was out.
Amanda would not play. She hated dodgeball. So yeah, I don't know.
Have you ever been to one of those?
Do they have dodgeball in the Olympics?
No.
Why not?
Have you ever been to one of those the jumping things, like where it's a big, what's it called, defy gravity or anything like that? Where
we
it's
have
like
one here, but
a trampoline park.
Like the whole place is nothing but trampolines. Yeah, but they usually have one section set up for dodgeball. So you go in there and there's trampolines flat. It's like 2 rows of flat trampolines, and then there's trampolines on the sides like this, so you can jump against those, and yeah, it gets crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, for risk of being made fun of, when I was in junior high school and stuff, I actually did trampoline stuff, gymnastics. I actually did it competitively. Did trampoline and a thing called double mini, and then springboard floor time. I never much, like, I don't know. I grew up in a different time. So, like, I always thought that springboard floor, like where you're doing backflips and stuff like that, was more like for the girls. So I just did push-ups during that time, and then I'd wait till I was up to practice on trampoline or double mini, which was all I liked. But yeah, I actually did it competitive. I can find you the little things where you used to have to wear the white pants, the little straps on them, and the little like wrestling leotard thingy on top. And oh yeah, I did that. I won a lot of ribbons.
I ain't mad at you.
I was one of the first people in Iowa working on double backflips when that's how old it is. Now these guys are doing like freaking 80 of them in one flip. I'm like, we had the big system, and Andy, tomorrow I'll show you the stuff like for the it used to be WTTC, Waterloo Tumbling Trampoline Center. I think they may still have the same name. I just remember the owner's name was Lee.
I remember Chips.
Yeah, Chips was a big one over there, but that was all gymnastics. The trampoline club, it was like the first one around, was WTTC, Waterloo Tumbling and Trampoline Center. Used to be way over off Hawthorne.
Really?
Yeah, way back in the day.
Never saw you as a tumbler.
Huh?
Like
Never
down by the pits?
see you as a tumbler.
What, Molnix?
Like which end of Hawthorne? Down by the pits?
What the hell is going on?
The demons are out.
I was gonna say, did you get possessed or something?
Dude, like, don't come to work tomorrow. Whoa.
Yeah.
Madison, did you hear that shit?
What?
All of a sudden,
What's going on?
Whoa, and he's got like a big delay now, too.
Yeah, every time you would talk, all we would hear would be like,
Like a bad Japanese movie made in English.
We didn't know if you had got possessed. Or what.
That's
That's what it sounded like.
That's exactly what it sounded like. You speaking Klingon?
Now his mouth's back with his words too. That was weird.
Yeah.
His internet was just fun.
Were you just speaking Klingon?
What?
No.
Is he speaking Klingon? Oh, okay.
Oh, he probably knows Klingon. All right, let's make some picks for. Oh no, we don't have racing.
No racing. Yeah.
Who's gonna win the championship this year?
Now
remember, it's not rigged.
Let me ask my wife.
Ask her.
Who's going to win the championship this year and the cup?
When he's further away from his microphone, his mouth moves slower.
She said Bush.
Bush?
Yeah,
She
yeah,
said
for
Bush.
sure.
My mic's in my headphones.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah.
I agree with her.
No, I don't think so. He's not having any luck, man.
Are you who? Kyle Busch?
Yeah.
He's not having any luck.
Yesterday, he was lucky yesterday, wasn't
He's won 2 races. What does he care?
he? A lot.
You gonna pick Kyle Larson? NASCAR ain't gonna let him win the championship.
No. Don't tell me he ain't dead. NASCAR ain't gonna let him win it.
They're not gonna.
Why are they letting him win all these races then?
Because they don't schedule that shit this early in the year.
I
They
mean,
wait until later in the year before they start ripping and rigging stuff.
I think you say this shit just to irritate me.
Oh, I said this shit because I like to gamble on stuff, and everything's controlled by Vegas.
Everything. I don't know, man. I mean,
Who's gonna win? It's not that difficult, right? Like,
It
I mean,
is too.
statistically, you should say Kyle Larson, right? He's won everything, so that's where everybody's putting their money.
nah, because that run to the end is a little bit different on track wise. I mean, you don't have all these mile and a half that he's been so dominant on, but she's been dominant a lot of different stuff
He's
too.
been dominant on road courses. He's been dominant on every track you go to.
I mean, I agree with. I don't think he'll do it though. I just don't
So
think.
who you gonna pick? Chase Elliott?
No.
So you're gonna go with who NASCAR needs to have win a championship, right? And you're gonna go with the 11 car, the guy who hasn't won a race this year, and you're gonna pick Denny Hamlin to win a championship. He ain't won a damn race all year, but he's gonna come on strong in the end to be this big miracle story, win his first championship. All
Who's
this
that
stuff.
who's that sound like? Sound like Chase Elliott last year, didn't it?
Sounds like NASCAR likes people cheering for the underdog. He's barely gonna make it, and then he's gonna start
If
winning.
NASCAR wanted people to cheer for somebody in the underdog, they would do stories on the underdogs. So,
Like which
Yeah.
underdogs?
like the back markers. Like I was surprised they did
Yeah,
an
but they're not
interview
gonna
with
let a
Tommy J.
back
Martin.
marker win.
No, but still do some interviews. They did it. Did you see they did an interview with Tommy J. Martin this weekend?
I did. Hey, he did a good job with it too.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's good to have some
Surprising.
stuff with a guy like that too.
Yep.
Versus Noah Gragson, who's on every week and is basically a back marker car most cases.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I mean, I think guy's had a bad run of luck, and but here's my thing: is how come people aren't all over him the way they're all over Kyle Busch? Like, if you think Noah Gregson's any different than Kyle Busch, but this guy's got a fan base of people, but social media doesn't blow up with cheers when he crashes. I mean, did you hear the crowd roar when Kyle backed it into the fence? They went crazy Because
Yeah,
he
they
wrecked the
love
car.
it. Yeah, they love it.
God
I mean,
dang.
he's the bad guy. You gotta have the
For
black
sure.
hat.
Like I said, if Kyle Busch retires, NASCAR is hurt badly, in my opinion.
Yeah, right now because they don't
Everybody
have
hates
that.
him, but he's the only personality you have.
There's
Right?
no
Like
other black hat.
Chase Elliott probably drives a moving truck during the week. He goes over because he's such a nice guy. He probably helps his buddies move. Right? Like he could just buy him a new house, but instead he rents a moving truck and helps them move. There's too many nice guys in NASCAR.
Yeah, there's no
Kyle
like.
Larson. Kyle Larson's never going to be. Kyle Larson would step on a cricket.
That's
But
why
he
Noah
can grab
Greggson's
it.
trying. That's why Noah Greggson's trying to be the asshole now. He wants to take that place when Kyle goes. I mean, that's
Who's
what he's trying to do. I don't know. I don't know of anybody else. Honestly,
it's gonna be the nice guy club.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know.
Well, we got 2 weeks off, so
A racing or a podcast? Because our podcast really isn't about. This is the most we talked about NASCAR in a month.
No, about racing. I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't get here and do the same bullshit.
For sure, we're doing this.
Yeah, but just 2 weeks off of racing, so it'll be interesting to see what everybody comes back with and goes from there. So,
any comments on why Hendrick's cars aren't finishing in the top 6 every race anymore?
yeah, they took their front bumper away, and
So were they cheating? I agree. They weren't.
They were not cheating, but now they made a rule to take something away from them.
Yeah.
Now if they do it
that's
again,
what I
they're
love
cheating.
about NASCAR, right? They weren't cheating, but they found something that made them a little bit better than everybody else, and it took NASCAR 6 weeks to figure it out. And I've been saying it on this podcast and everything. I'm like,
I knew
as soon
there
as
was
they
something.
got caught, and now there they go. Like you don't hear Kyle Larson winning every week anymore.
No, well, look at you look at it last year. That kind of thing happens every year. Like I heard Chad Knaus was talking about it on the podcast I listened to not too long ago. He's like, we would go into the playoff season with these 5 things we had figured out during the year, and they wouldn't run them after they figured them out because they were scared NASCAR would take it away. So
you
then,
think Denny Hamlin's got a whole box full of tricks?
it's possible. I mean, I'm just telling you what a championship crew chief said. I'm just relaying information. But he said that's why Chase, like last year during the playoffs, that's why Chase turned on, because they brought out a little tool that they hadn't been really using, but they knew it would work. And they used it until they got caught with it.
Isn't it weird that just about every time Chase Elliott fails inspection, he wins the race?
A good crew chief will show up with 10 things wrong and hope they'll find 2 of them.
I don't disagree. I'm just saying. Andy, sometime we'll have to have your wife on here to talk NASCAR with us.
Yeah, I know. She'd do better.
Hey, you know what's fun? Sorry, just a side note. We're not done with racing. We're taking the Wikes Media crew. Me and Molnix are taking everybody but you.
Yeah,
sorry, I'm not flying you in from North Carolina for an ARCA race.
I'm good.
We're taking – how many people are we taking, Andy?
Although I would like to watch a race at Iowa. That would be a cool place to watch a race at. I hate not racing extended there.
What do we got, like 14? We got 14 people or 12 people going?
14 or 16. I can't remember. We talked about it today. Let's say 14. I think we have 14 people that were taking to the race this weekend in Iowa Speedway. Yep. Going out for the ARCA race, take the team. They all get to hear us talk about NASCAR stuff all the time. So, cool way to experience. They've all got fan walk passes and let them kind of do their own thing. We're just doing the Newton Club. We're going to get a suite, but hey, nobody listens to this podcast anyway, so I can say what I want. Levy, you suck ass, and that's the reason. Like, here's the deal. We were going to rent a suite. I was more than happy to pay for the suite, even when I knew I could get Newton Club for less than half of the price. I was still happy to pay for the suite, have the private stuff, and then they ended up re-signing their contract with Levy. So Levy put on a $550 minimum, and so it made it to where it was almost 3 times more expensive to do the suite than it was to just do the freaking Newton Club and give my staff a bunch of cash to let them buy what they want to buy. So pissed off, Levy, that you're the reason we're not doing a suite. And that sucks because I'm not willing to spend $285 for your chicken strips. Chicken strips.
Yeah, right? And that's one thing that I think that NASCAR's got to realize too. But it's not even NASCAR as much as it's tracks, because Levy's most of the biggest contracts they got. I mean, and it's just killing. I mean, you can't. We've had this discussion 100 times. The suites aren't that bad. It's just when you start adding on top of the $15,000 suite, you got to put $10,000 in food in it. It makes no sense
Yeah, they want
for 30 people.
Molnix, what was the cost of a 12-pack of beer? Do you remember?
$124.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a 24-pack, I think it was $102 or $116.
Yeah.
And then for a case of water, it was like $96.
Yep.
I'm like, I can buy this exact same thing for $6, $5. I don't know how much water is, but I'm assuming it's less than $5. How much is a case of water? Does anybody know? Less than $5 ish?
Yeah, $5.
Yeah. So they're selling that for $86 at the racetrack. Piss off. Like, that's just stupid.
It gets to a point where it's past the ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing behind it. So, like, when we were in Atlanta, we spent $15,000 to rent that suite. And we got food included because it wasn't going to be the nice spread that we usually have when we're in a suite like that, right?
Yep.
So we were supposed to get warm food. They end up with like gas station sandwiches, the ones in the black tray where you like peel the front of it off and then tip it out and eat it. Like, that was the food we had. And then to buy a bottle of booze, a fifth of Tito's vodka in the suite was, what was that, Ray? 120 bucks?
$120, yeah.
120 or $122 for a fifth.
Yeah.
I was so pissed I bought 2 of them. And then I had to buy fucking Sprite and pineapple juice to go with it.
Yeah. They get you, man. That's, like I said, that's the most aggravating thing about it. I mean, if you could do it reasonable, you know what I mean? Do it reasonable, make some money. Anyway, it is what
I mean,
is.
that was the same. So the meal option in Iowa was, what was it, Andy? It was like a pork chop, green beans, and mashed potatoes. I think it was $48 a plate.
Yeah.
No drinks. No drink.
No drinks, yeah. Yeah, you got to order your drinks separate, yeah.
$48 a plate. And that shit sits in a warmer for 6 hours. And then they say dinners will be served between 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock for an 8 o'clock race. Okay, no problem. But guess what time they're serving that dinner when you're in a suite?
2 o'clock.
In Iowa, where it's an ARCA race, so nobody's going to activate. There's not going to be any suites activated, hardly any at all.
Yep.
So they're going to serve that as early as they possibly can. So at 4:30, you're going to be eating for an 8 o'clock race.
Yep.
What's that, Ray? Are they vacuuming there? You need to go.
Huh?
You need to go.
Oh, they just, every time they come in here, they're scared they're going to get put on camera, which is
we've
so
already
dark
seen
behind.
Molly and Kaylin.
Yeah, Elizabeth's just walking through now. We're trying to.
Well, it really got dark.
Oh, man.
Is it that dark in North Carolina?
Oh, yeah.
Like dark outside already?
Yeah, it's getting there. It ain't dark, but it's getting there.
It looks dark in your house.
That's because just blinds and stuff, I guess. I don't know.
Ain't that dark here?
Well, guys,
I
we
ain't
should
got no
wrap
lights
it
on.
up. We got an hour and 20 minutes in on this already.
Yeah, I figured she had some good cut time on this one.
Yeah.
Cut that off.
Cut that off.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right.
right.
Anybody got anything they want to promote?
No, I think we're all promoted up, ain't we?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Have fun, Madison.
Yeah. Oh, shit, what did I do?
What'd you do? You got to
I
end
hit
it.
the wrong
Did you
thing,
end it?
yeah.
Bye, everybody.